My name is Annika Olson, and I'm not perfect. And I think that's my favorite part about me. First and foremost, I'd like to just address that this is me telling my story. I've totally changed and evolved into the person I am today. Every single day, I feel different, and I feel like I'm improving myself. Just by changing my mentality and my perspective on life, basically. This is my story on how I've accepted myself and how I've grown, coming from a mentality of believing appearance determines the person you are and your worth. And I've come a long way from where I was a month ago. I'm just very proud of myself, and I've decided that I'm going to share my experience with you. I want to be vulnerable, and I want to show the world the problems with society, the problems with poor health, and the problems with seeking approval through others. Your happiness is your happiness, and you should not give two fucks what other people think of who you are and what you look like. I just like to start saying that. Because once you start believing what other people think and caving into society's norms, you lose your life and you start living for others. You start living other people's lives that they've told you to live. And when I think of that, it's not raw, it's not real, it's fake, right? And it's not anywhere close to being happy. It's draining. You feel like you've lost all sense of yourself, and you don't enjoy your days anymore. You don't enjoy breathing as much, and everything seems to be a chore. Everything seems to be what you have to do just to be okay with yourself. And this is not a mentality you want to get into or stay in for very long, at least. Because I've been there and I've learned from that and I've gotten out. Remember, nothing is permanent. Everything is temporary in life, because life's about changes, and you can't live a life that stays the same. It has to change, or else you're not on Earth. You're not a human, honey bun. You're a robot. Do you want to be a robot? No, you don't want to be a robot. No robots in this house. Nah, no robots. Don't be a robot. Be your authentic, 100% real self. Be who you were made to be, which means you aren't forcing yourself to be someone you're not. When you are being 100% you and 100% real, you decide that you're going to live for yourself, and you're going to be yourself, and you're going to enter the mentality of everybody's opinion doesn't matter except your own. And I'm sure you heard that somewhere, sometime in your life, and it's true. And once you hit that point of your life, it becomes very freeing. If you feel tied down to society's norms and believing what people say just because you hear it, you can get out of that. And that's all from up here. You have to know who you are, and you have to know that people don't know your story, people don't know your struggles. Why would you believe them? Why would you allow yourself to get attached to what other people have to say when this is you? They're talking about you, but they're not you. It just seems so crazy to think that us as humans, we can believe whatever's out there. We can believe this and that just by hearing words come out of mouths with nothing to back it up. As humans, we can cave in, and we can be hurtful to ourselves, and especially during struggles. These are our own lives. No, they're not supposed to be perfect. They don't have to be what we want all the time, because life cannot be that way. We just have to accept this, and there comes a lot with acceptance. I'm here today because I have accepted myself for who I am, and I am not going to follow what society wants me to, or what other people think I should, because if I know what I want and I know that'll make me happy, and I feel it in myself that it is the right thing to do, I will do whatever I want to do to make me happy and feel like I'm just being myself and the best damn person I can be. There's a lot to let go of when we escape this. We escape society's roles of bringing us down. It's easy for it to be manipulated when we aren't educated ourselves. And it's easy to overthink and give up our selves to ideas that we think we want. We think, well, that's what everyone else is doing, then I guess that's what I want. That's what I should want. That's how I fit in. But the thing about life is that we were all made different, and why we were not made to fit in, that was not what we're supposed to do. So we're going against the natural reason of living to fit in, or to follow what everyone else is doing. And that doesn't give us any of our originality. We just feed onto society, and we feed onto living up to standards that don't need to be lived up to. You can be happy and be yourself. You can be happy and be imperfect. You can be happy by not giving a fuck what others have to say about you. You can be happy without that weight on your shoulders. You can be happy without those chains. You can be happy without that stress that is causing so much anxiety and so much negative thoughts that ultimately burn you down. And it's not from anyone else, it's from you. You are letting society and other people control you and your happiness. And you know deep down that is not okay. Let's move on to my story. So, as a kid, we're all exposed to labels. Labels as in the popular or the loser. There's labels for our names. We're already labeled by something. But labels don't define us, I've found out. And when I was younger, labels were all I knew. So being called beautiful, praise that shit. Being called beautiful and pretty, that was the goal. Eventually, appearance was the only thing that mattered to me, and that determined if people liked me, that determined if people wanted to get to know me, that determined if I liked myself. I noticed I would focus on other people's looks, and I would judge them, and I would praise the people who looked good. I feel like I was living a lie. How people should see you is not on the surface, and I found that out. I think I found that my first time coming to the surface of the appearance is when I got into writing. Writing is on a piece of paper. Writing is on your phone when you're reading a news article. Writing is on the Instagram bio. Writing is not appearance. So that's when I first discovered there's more to me than my appearance. I found that people were amazed by my writing, and I found that it actually empowered people and inspired people, and I thought that was amazing. My writing, if I didn't have it, I don't know if I would be saved right now, because I found that having an Instagram and living up to expectations and standards, and ooh, they'll like me if I post this, ooh, they'll like me if I post that. You already know that society's pressure has consumed you. Social media exposure has consumed you. Just looking back right now, it has definitely consumed me and determined whether my worth or not. And since I've been a writer and put myself out there on paper or online with my words, I got more appreciation from people, from my peers. And then my brain shifted to, well, if they like me, it's probably because I'm keeping up with my Instagram, or they like me because I have cool outfits and I'm pretty. That's why they would like me. It didn't seem to be because I write and I do good and I'm kind, and my mentality was that appearance said it all. Being someone who has never had a relationship in high school, I thought it was because I was ugly, just straight up. And I never really prioritized trying to get into a relationship because I wanted to focus on school and myself. But the reason people weren't reaching out to me to even, like, I don't know, just send me a text or something, I just saw it as people thought I was ugly, and I accepted that. Self-love is seeing yourself as beautiful because of who you are in here and knowing that you're your best self. But I thought I was self-loving myself because I accepted that I was ugly, and that is not self-love. It all started when I found exercise, when I found my insecurities. Before all this happened, I was pretty active. I started my school year doing kickboxing with a friend, and that really helped my confidence. And that's when I really felt strong, because coming from a small little Asian body, you get comments of how small you are and how tiny and skinny you are, and I wanted to be seen as someone with muscle, and I wanted to be seen as someone that isn't just small, tiny Asian, even though I am. But it was nice to feel like something more than that. Then I got into swimming more, and I started doing lane swim. I work at the pool, so it's easy for me to access, and I started going to the gym in my school. So all that came together. At that point, I didn't still know how to feed my body, considering I was doing so much exercise. Like, I think I'd do like 5 times a week, and sometimes I'd do double the amount of exercise. I'd exercise, even like felt like HIIT cardio for like 2 hours just separately. It was a lot. I put a lot of stress on my body by not nourishing my body as much as I should have and over-exercising. But it was to the point that you couldn't notice. I didn't have a dangerous relationship with food. Before COVID, I was already into exercising, and once COVID hit, it took away my ability to go to this pool and swim, and it took away my ability to go to the weight room or the gym in my school, and that meant I had to do home workouts, which I was fine with because I've done home workouts as a younger kid. And so I decided that, well, since I'm at home all the time and I'm not, up and about, because I'm not walking to school, I'm not walking from class to class, I'm not walking everywhere, I'm going to be sitting down at home in quarantine, so I have to exercise or else I'm going to get fat. And then all of a sudden, all those comments from all the people that have said, you eat a lot, and are you sure you should be eating that much? I've gotten those comments said to me, and that, at that point, hit me. a year later, after those comments were said from my friends, damn, I eat a lot. That means I have to exercise a lot. And maybe even take down my caloric intake and take down all the fatty foods, all the bad foods that I have eaten in the past. So I got very food focused and very motivated to exercise every single morning. So me taking down my caloric intake meant me thinking all the macros I need should be taken down so I can not get fat like everyone thinks I will from eating so much food. And this already sounds like me focusing on my appearance and thinking, oh, I can't get fat. I can't get fat. Because if you get fat, people will stop liking you, right? That's how it works. That was my mentality, and that was not okay. Eventually, through COVID, I've been exercising 2 hours a day, high hit cardio. Like I used 5-pound weights here and there, but that's all I had at home. So it was a lot of hit cardio, a lot of going for runs, a lot of just too much stress on my body for how much I was eating. And I ate nowhere close to enough carbs, nowhere close to enough fats and proteins. I was just eating what someone would eat to lose weight. Less than that. I was eating probably 1,000 to under 1,000 calories a day while I was putting so much stress on myself from all the exercise in the morning, and all of a sudden I have to fit in school with that because I still had classes during COVID. And it got fucking hard, and it got tiring, and it got draining. And I lost like 25 pounds. And I didn't know I lost so much weight until I stopped wearing baggy clothes in the winter and started wearing summer clothes. And I felt like a skeleton. And my mom noticed I lost weight and how much I was exercising and how much I was eating, and she referred me to a dietitian, and I'm so thankful for that. I got down to 90 pounds, and this is to the point where I was doing grad photos and getting into grad season, which meant I had to be visible to my friends again and to the world, basically. And you, like, losing 20 pounds during an amount of times people will notice. Losing any weight during an amount of time, some people notice. And my friends were saying, oh, you look good, you look so good, you look so healthy, your jawline is snatched, you are looking amazing, you look glowing, and compliments about my appearance. And I thought that was good, and I was like, yes, but deep down inside I was not happy. They don't know, everyone who complimented me didn't know that I was losing my hair. I was cold all the time. Every time I drank water, I was freezing and I'd get goosebumps everywhere. I remember my joints hurting in my knees, and I remember almost hitting an eating disorder. I had an unhealthy relationship with food. I began thinking that carbs are not good for me. And it sounds crazy to think that now, like fat and protein, all the macros aren't good for me, and now we just focus on the micros. And just thinking about how much stress and pain and torture I did to my body, I was not physically healthy and I was not mentally healthy. And it's sad to think about how long I spent doing this. I think that lasted for 2 months of me over-exercising and under-eating. And after getting consulted with a dietitian and a therapist, I've totally changed, and I've changed in the most amazing way possible. Because coming out of this, I am way stronger, and I have new morals, and I have found that appearance is not what it looks like. You cannot say someone is happy because they're good looking. You cannot say someone is happy because they're smiling. You don't know if they're happy, and you don't know if they're healthy. Appearance is so deceiving, and it does not matter how much you weigh. It does not matter what your skin type is. It does not matter what gender you are. It does not matter how you look. It does not matter what clothes you put on. Inside, you are the person you were put on earth to be. And even though us as humans try to be something else that we're not, quite a bit actually, we start to drain our energy from joining society's standards and being pressured by the norms. The most beautiful thing you can be is imperfect. So I wanted to share this with you because I am imperfect, and I went through a lot of fucked up mentality due to caving into society's norms and society's standards, and I always believed what other people tell me. I let people control how I see myself. And now that I'm living for me, society is a piece of shit to me. I feel like I've become so myself over the past month from coming out of a bad mentality. I feel like I'm deserving and valued because of the person I am, what's inside and what's not outside. And I'm just so thankful for all my friends who are still here supporting me after what I've been through. And if I haven't told you what I've been through, here it is. I probably haven't told you because I don't think I was ready to, but I want my voice to be heard now for people out there who are struggling. And I want you to know that you can talk to someone about the struggles you have in your life. You can talk to people about how imperfect you are and what you're going through and what you're thinking. You can tell people, because when you tell people about how human you are and how shit happens and you're going through shit, then you can connect on a different level, because maybe they're going through shit too that's similar, or maybe they have the power to help you. Please be loud with your imperfections. That's what makes us human. That's what makes us real. That's what makes us raw. Imperfections are what people will remember in the future. My therapist said imperfections is what people will remember when you die, because they'll remember that you had that one habit, or you would always chew your nails, or you'd have smelly feet, or you'd have these imperfections, and that's what made you you, and that's what they'll miss the most. They'll miss your habits, and they'll miss you doing all these things that annoyed them at first, maybe. But when you're gone, they're gonna miss all the imperfections. So I'm here to say that I'm so damn proud of myself that I overcame society's norms and believing what other people said and living to my own standards. Asking myself if the decisions I make will make myself happy, not other people happy. I've overcome a negative relationship with food that damaged my mentality and body. I've overcome the idea that people see me for my exterior when I believe that people love me for my interior. I don't want to be Annika that has nice hair. I don't want to become Annika with nice clothes. I don't want to be Annika with nice eyes. I don't want to be Annika with what's outside. I don't want to be pretty Annika. I want to be beautiful Annika. Beautiful means inside. I see beauty as someone who knows themselves and has a drive in life, has a passion for life, is happy inside, and will do things for themselves because they want to do it. I want to be known for being a writer. I want to be known for being different and unique, and I want to be known for doing things that aren't usual, that are outside of society's norms and standards. I want to be so damn different from the whole entire world and who people think I need to be. I want to be myself and nothing but myself, and I want to be loud with what I love. And I found that, and I find that more every day. I'm so fucking proud of that. Thank you. Thank you.